So here we are. I'm gonna put this this lap steel together. I finished it. It turned out okay. It's not fantastic. I finished it in a product called True Oil. It's not great, but it matches the vibe that I wanted for the instrument. And you'll see. We'll go through it. I have all the parts laid out. Here they are. So real quick, these are they're called tuners or tuning machines, and these we bought, or I bought instead of making. Everything else we've made except for the pickups. I got these. They're okay. I'm not gonna say yeah. And then of course the potentiometers for the electronics, the switch, and the capacitor here, and the switch, the jack, we didn't make those, and the screws. Of course we didn't make the screws. So we are all set. Oh, by the way, this is what, it's called a lap steel, and this is the steel that why it's called a lap steel, and this is what you use to change the pitch of the strings. Well, I don't know, you guys know me at this point. Well, I went ahead one night and just because I felt like it, and I made one out of brass. Yeah, it's a little taller than the other one. I kind of like it, and I might, the edges, it's deburred, but I might want to round out these edges a little bit. I just couldn't help myself, so I went ahead and made this. Here's the profile, you can see that, and like that. You're right. All right, I made that, and a box of screws here, and most of the screws, these are from McMaster, but most of the screws, like these kinds of stuff, I just bought at the hardware store, not Home Depot. That's all I'll say about that. The tripod set up. There are some tools, a soldering iron, which I'll get to in a second, a multimeter, an X-Acto knife, a pick, some small screwdrivers. We went through that, so we got a number 1, a 0, I believe. What's that say? 0 and a double 0. Regular screwdrivers. I'm at the shop, so I've got some crummy wire strippers because the good wire strippers are somewhere else. They're across the street at the hydrogen station. But anyway, and they'll work just fine. And then some little electronic snips, diagonals, some needle nose, some zip ties. And then let's go over here real quick. I made this. I couldn't find a soldering iron holder. Yeah. So I went ahead and I just cut a slot in there with the bandsaw and put this. I found that. I don't know why I found this, but no base. So I just made myself a little base. I'm not going to talk about soldering, you guys. I will second. The other thing. Oops. Okay, and here is the top, which we all know so well at this point, and then. Also, I didn't film this, but I made a fingerboard, and there it is. Kind of the same process on the CNC machine, and I really like this one. I think that one kind of nailed the whole Art Deco thing, and the rest kind of looks, I'm not an Art Deco expert. Some of it kind of looks Southwest to me, but. Anyway, it's gonna work. It'll work. And all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this GoPro in the tripod and get it all set up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this together, and I'm gonna run it at. I'll probably run it at 10 times speed. It'll be hopefully a short video. I'm not going to talk about soldering, all right? This is a soldering iron. I'm going to get the sponge wet because I do it old school. I know the wrong way without the copper wool. I know about the copper wool. Here's some solder. I'm not even going to get into the types of solder and that kind of stuff, okay? But that's the plan. There's some strings back there. Here's some strings I'm going to be using in case anyone's interested. These are flat wound strings. They're not regular guitar strings, but they're not like they're ribbon wound, so they don't have that zzz to them when the slide goes down. They're flat wounds. and they're not that heavy. I looked for some heavier. I'd have to order them online to get some heavier ones, but these will work just fine. I think those will actually be good. I'm getting into light gauge strings actually, actually a lot. So we're all set, and I did make myself a quick wiring diagram, and just so you guys know, so I didn't have to stop and think. I could just go. The wiring I know it's sloppy. I just whipped it out really quick on a piece of scratch paper with a pen. What's interesting about the wiring is that because the top is metal, everything's already grounded. So there's not a lot of wires. As a matter of fact, there's really only 3, besides the pickup wires, right? The pickup wires that are already on the pickup. There's only 3 wires. There's a ground wire for the jack, and then this is the actual signal. So if you select, this is the switch. If you select this pickup, then it just goes through. There's the tone knob, and it just goes. It's really simple and really fast. The ground's already done because the top is metal. All right, so we're off. So it works, and it sounds pretty good, not plugged in. It was really easy to tune up. I'm just gonna stretch out some strings a little here, see if I can get ahead of the game. And I like the tuners being up like this. I'm gonna make a couple little adjustments, and then I'll clip the strings after the loose ends after I'm sure that I don't need to open up the body again. But it sounds pretty good, I think. Okay, so guess let's next thing is to see how it sounds, right? Okay, got an idea. Like I said, I got an idea.